In this lecture, we're going to talk about how to get the most out of Power Podcasters changing the way the world communicates. And as your instructor, I have to tell you that, in my opinion, the best way to get the most out of the course is to go through the entire course. Start at Section 1, Lecture 1, and go all the way through to the end. And once you've done that, you will have a familiarity with Power Podcasting. You'll have an understanding of the concepts. You'll have seen the host platforms that we talk about and some of the other sites that we talk about, so that when you actually go to do it, it's familiar. And the second time through, what I recommend you do, so the Section 1 is just our introduction, why you podcast, what is it, how many subscribers are there, how many, what's going on with podcasting in new cars, and that sort of stuff. And then in Section 2, we actually set up your podcast show. So we talk about the hosting solution that I recommend, how you set up your host and producer information, and then how you set up your actual show, not the episode, but the show. So those 3 lectures are crucial. You need to watch those and follow them. And I've set them up so you can set up your own browser, go exactly to where I tell you to go in the lectures, and in a very short period of time, less than 10 minutes, really have everything done. But that's assuming that you have your title, description, and keywords ready, that you have your podcast album art done, and I definitely recommend that you learn about snippets and you use snippets, because when you do all of your episodes, this is going to make everything incredibly quick and easy for you. The third section is all about creating your audio for your podcast. This course is more about making audio podcasts than video podcasts, simply because it's easier to just turn on your microphone, record, and have an audio, and you're done. You don't have to worry about your makeup. You don't have to worry about lighting. You don't have to worry about, all the things we worry about when people see us and we're standing up in front of a camera. So you don't really need that the second time through. What you do need is Section 4, where we post your first Power Podcast episode. And this lecture 29, basically when you're done that lecture, you have your podcast live, done, you're finished, it's going. And you just keep doing those, what's in lecture 29 for the rest of your career, if I can put it that way, and you'll be fine. In Section 5, we have Ping-O-Matic and submitting your RSS feed to iTunes. You only have to do the submission to iTunes once, and iTunes will automatically update every time you do the Ping-O-Matic thing. You cannot, in fact, submit your RSS feed more than once. What's an RSS feed? We talk about that. Do you need to know? Not really. You just need to know where to get it, to copy it, to paste it, and hit submit. And it's very, very simple. And that's it for actually getting your podcast up and running. However, we want to get a lot of people listening, so Section 6 is all about how you can market your podcast, some really good information about social media and what to do, and the secret to ranking your podcast on iTunes that nobody talks about as far as I can see. In fact, all podcasters except me won't tell you this if they know. It's just too powerful. And it's all about how you can take advantage of the huge volume of people that are listening to podcasts in your particular market or category, and how to tap into them. And Section 7 is power coaching, because it's so important when everyone's going to be listening to your voice that you learn how to use your voice to inspire people, how to modulate the tonality of your voice, the importance of the pregnant pause. And so I've enrolled Jesse James, one of my voice coach mentors, to join us for a series of bonus lectures on power voice coaching, how to get the most out of your voice so that you can inspire your audience to take action. And in Section 8, we're going to be talking about what your next steps are. And in Section 9 is our Q&A. So if you have a question, and I think it's something that the entire group, all our group of students, would be interested in knowing the answer to, and probably need some sort of visual demonstration, I'll be making a lecture for it and putting it in section 9. More than just going through the course, following the instructions, creating your podcast, getting the most out of this course comes from participation. So on the side here we have a discussion board, so you can search discussions for your question if you've got a question, or you can add a new discussion and you just give it a title, whatever it is, put in here whatever the challenge is or the question is. I don't have any illusions at all that I am perfect. I know I am not. I make mistakes. I'm a human being, and that's what makes me lovable. And you're lovable too, and we all make mistakes, and let's all forgive ourselves for our mistakes. And you'll notice that particularly when you listen to your first couple podcasts. So there may be something that I think is super simple and obvious, and I didn't explain it very well, and you're a little bit confused. What I want you to do is start a discussion, ask me the question, like, I didn't quite understand what you meant about this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I think I do it in a very simple to understand, easy, not using huge words that people don't understand type of way. And oftentimes when I'm talking to people about podcasting, they glaze over and they say, I don't understand a word that you said. Knowing that about me and knowing that you may or may not know anything about podcasting, I want to make sure that this is the best possible experience for you ever. So ask the questions. You can get a hold of me if you feel like you would prefer to ask it like one-on-one, like not letting anybody know. Scott@powerpodcasters.com. However, I would really encourage you to use the discussion board, simply because if you have a question, the chances are 738 other people have the same question, and they're maybe a little shy or something like that. Somebody has to put their hand up and ask the question. There are no dumb questions, and there's no dumb anything as far as I'm concerned when it comes to podcasting. We just need to sort of explain it so that you understand it, which I may or may not have done. Hopefully I have, but I don't expect that that's the case. So add a discussion. There are going to be announcements from time to time, particularly when I post a new lecture, which I did just a couple days ago, and you can see the announcements here. These are our students. If you have a problem with videos not working and playing, or the audio being off, or I don't know what, that are technical, I can't really do anything about that. So contact Udemy support, and they're the people to solve that problem. If you want to see what it was you read that convinced you that maybe you wanted to take this course, on our course page, just click the information button here, and this is everything that I wrote about podcasting and why you should do it, and what's in the course, what are the requirements, who should attend, all that sort of good stuff. I just discovered this the other day myself, and I thought, well, that's really cool. And lastly, I'd like you to pay it forward, and that is by, when you're done, writing an honest review. Rate the course. Tell us, did it help you achieve what you set out to learn? How was the instructor, me? What was the production quality like? And what did you really like about the course? And my mission is to put a podcaster in every school, business, non-profit organization in the world. And I need your help to do that. And that means people that come to places like Udemy and take my course, and they like it and they get something out of it. I need your help to convince other people to take the course and start podcasting as well. So what was it that really, was an aha moment for you, that was just like, wow, like that's really, I didn't know that? Or when you went through the process of creating your podcast, did you think in the beginning, this is going to be really difficult, really hard? And now that you've gone through it, you've done it a few times, like, wow, it's not that hard. I actually really enjoy it. It's fun, which, by the way, is true. It is really fun if you do it right. And maybe you're doing something and you're just not finding it fun. Put that in the discussion and say, look, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and I'm just not really feeling the love. So we can then talk about that. And then so you just put a title for your review here, put your comments down here, click add the review, and they'll pop up here. I've got a few reviews already, but this is an instructor's page, so it doesn't show up, I guess. So there you have it. I really want to encourage you to go through the whole course. Actually, I want to encourage you to start. The truth of the matter is that most people that sign up for some strange reason, I don't know if they just collect courses or whatever, they don't really even get to lecture 3, which is what this one is, and they don't start. So I really want to encourage you to start. There are lots of short little lectures that are strung together. That way you can just listen to one and then listen to the next, and you don't have to worry about losing your place or anything like that. And then finish it and then do it. And I know we're all busy. We've all got distractions and shiny objects that flash in front of us, but I'm telling you that you are in an amazing position to take advantage of podcasting, because it's growing. It's going to be growing like crazy, and it's an established technology, so it's not going to go away. And there's just not the competition that you'll find for your websites. And there you will never be able to get as intimate with your customers as you can through Power Podcasting. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm so honored that you've decided to spend some time with me. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you. And I can't wait to get your response. You don't, by the way, you can send a review in anytime, and then you can do a review, and then 4 or 5 lectures later do another review. It's okay. Like it doesn't have to be just one. You can say, wow, I really like this, and then a couple days later I really like that. Or even a couple weeks from now when you say, wow, I didn't know I could get 10,000 listeners so fast, and I have. So thank you very much. Don't hesitate to leave a review. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to contact us. And we really look forward to hearing about your success as you get on this journey to becoming a Power Podcaster.